great people, welcome back to Global Happenings. Today we're so excited to have you again. Peter Obi is still enjoying acceptance from all and sundry, especially when it has to do with 2023 presidential elections. Right now, Afenifere has dosed down the tension that existed between Pa Debanjo and Pa Fasoranti. But guess what? It doesn't still stop your Debanjo to sell the person of Peter Obi, and he has given a strong instruction, or call it a strong mandate to Nigerians, especially the youth, on what to do. And all of this is said it in an occasion which has to do with a book launch revolving around Peter Obi. We're going to be looking at full details of what other sociocultural group and personalities said about the presidency or the presidential aspirant Peter Obi. But before we give you full details, if you're not subscribed, please hit on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. Now, according to the news, Olaibo Development Foundation, Pan Yoruba Group, Afenifere, and other supporters of Labour Party on Thursday eulogized the party's presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, at a book launch. The launch of the 157-page book titled The Challenges of Good Governance and Leadership in Nigeria, The Peter Obi Effect Factor, was organized by the ADF. ADF National President Professor Uzodin Manwala, who is the chief host, said the book, which was launched in honor of Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate, was inspired by his humility and good works. Mwala added that there is a need to rally round and support Peter Obi so that the future of Nigeria can be put in safe hands. The chairman of the occasion, Dr. Oluwadurotimi Olulana, said the book would help to do justice to the present Nigeria situation. He described Peter Obi as a humble man and that anyone saying he is pretending is wrong. According to his word, he said Peter Obi is the Moses of our time. He is blessed and anointed to change the whole vices, and I assure you that he will take us to the promised land. Reviewing the book, Barrister Dele Durotimi said the book is a template for great development and expressed the hope that the book will continue to be reviewed for years to come. He said the book is also about how the Ndibos look at the Nigerian state and its intent to examine peculiar challenges. The first chapter of the book talks about Peter Obi as a leader and not a ruler. This he has eloquently exhibited as a charismatic leader while he was governor. The second chapter talks about the philosophy of good governance and leadership. Our leaders are far removed from the people, but Peter Obi sees himself as connected with the people, and this book recalls that. People often believe that revolution should be about violence, but it is not. Sometimes it comes like that tire Peter Obi usually put on. Peter Obi understands the urgency and the need to serve Nigeria. Mrs. Clara Arumosele, the secretary, Peter Obi Good Governance Advocate, said supporters of Peter Obi are not doing enough to own the country. Arumosele, who represented Peter Obi and Dati Ahmed at the book launch, and said supporters should do more than talking, but go get their permanent voters card (PVCs). According to her words, she said, if you don't have a PVC, then volunteer to monitor polling units. Don't give up and don't bow to trade. It is time to take over the country. To contribute your quota to making Nigeria great again, we need to make up our minds to support Peter Obi beyond just winning the election. Arumosele further urged supporters of Peter Obi to represent him well and be good ambassadors both online and offline. Pa Ayo Adebanjo, Afenifere leader, also urged supporters of Peter Obi to actively participate in making him the next president of Nigeria. According to his word, he said, it is no longer a tea party. Those who are there do not want to leave, but we will kick them out. I want your action. Don't let the opponent intimidate you. Make sure you get people into the obedient movement every day. Make sure you vote as an eligible voter and make their money useless that day. I have found in Peter Obi a person that would cool down for a better tomorrow, or cool me down for a better tomorrow. Your future is in your hands, and your positive actions will make Peter Obi the next president. The father of the day, Dr. Umar Oke Eliasu, said Peter Obi is a symbol of good governance and enjoined all his supporters to make themselves available when it's time to vote. Eliasu enjoined everyone to take charge and support Peter Obi, adding that the challenges before Peter Obi is formidable but not insurmountable. The chairman of the organizing committee, Mr. Nze John Paul, said since our national problems did not know religion, ethnicity, or political coloration, then the solution should not be found along same line. He said Peter Obi is so passionate to see Nigeria rise again at no personal gain that he advises the people not to accept him because of his origin but on the basis of his competence. In the light of all this, we make bold to announce that we have found a man with integrity, capacity, and competence to lead Nigeria. The man who has no structure, but the common man has volunteered to be his structure. The man who has not assumed office, but has changed the face of electoral democracy in Nigeria. And that man is Mr. Peter Gregory Obi. Hmm, quite interesting. Wow, this is quite interesting now. But the most interesting part of it is the fact that support is still coming from the shores of Afenifere via your Adebanjo. I must say, I celebrate that man so much for seeing beyond ethnicity, for seeing beyond the Yoruba race, looking out for someone who can sustain the country called Nigeria. Because if we do not vote for Peter Obi, I am afraid to tell you that is listening that the future is bleak already. Looking at the situation on ground, look at what just happened some few days ago as has to do with ASU. Nobody can tell if they are going to resume another strike again because of the half salary that they are paying them. And when that information came to Peter Obi, the way the man just spoke about the solution, it was as if he has all the solutions of Nigeria at hand. And I tell you the truth that this man has done it in Anambra State, he can do it again. The last words of the man who was the chairman of the occasion is what thrills me the most. He talked about the need to forget about ethnicity. Ethnicity will destroy us. Religion will destroy us. It is not important right now. What is most important is for Nigerians to team up together and support Mr. Peter Obi, for him to take over the leadership of Nigeria. According to Mr. John Paul, who was the chairman of the organizing committee of the said launch of the book, said that our national problem did not know religion. Today that we are crying over increase in the prices of fuel, prices of so many things, no one is saying that in the northern part of the country it's not like that. We are all suffering it. He said that he does not even know, ethnicity or political coloration. He doesn't know. APC man is suffering it. PDP man is suffering it. Labour Party man is suffering it. All the AAC man is suffering it. All of us are passing through the same hand, except those who are privileged. According to Professor Ochomi, he said there are just 3% of such people in Nigeria who are enjoying it, which means like 60,000 people are the only ones among 200 million people. Only 60,000 people are the ones that are enjoying all this money. If the issue of equity is of importance to you, let's forget about religion. Let's forget about ethnicity. I've heard a lot from different people. Some say they can never vote Peter Obi. They want to vote for Atiku Abubakar. You have voted for your man for 8 years now. What did he do? Do you think Atiku Abubakar would do different? Where is his attestation from his former leaders that will prove that he has the capacity? I'm not trying to talk him down, but these are facts that must be on table for us to follow. If any man does not have a track record, I would never advise anybody to vote such a person. They will continue from where their predecessors stopped, and the business of still sucking Nigeria dry is what they will embark on. Great advice. Please let us salvage this nation, if not for anybody, for ourselves, for our future generation, for our unborn children. Because I tell you the truth, if you go to another man's country and stay, someday you will regret why you didn't stay back in the country, because you're still going to be a slave. That's the truth. I like to leave it there. Go to our comment section. Let's interact. Thank you very much.